Howdy, folks. As you can tell, we're going to do a little post-game analysis. Cowboys versus Texans. Going to go live for this one. Of course, you can still see the score behind me, 34-10. Now, it looks like a little bit of a shellacking, but let's actually go into this a bit further. Um, it's not great, but looking at the highlights, it's not horrible either. Let me pop this up so I can get some comments. Let's see. There we go. So yeah, it's not horrible either. Uh, Made some weird decisions there. Mike McCarthy did. We had a fake punt through to Wanye Thomas, got 4 yards, I believe. Going for it on fourth down to try to get a touchdown in the third quarter. Not sure what they're doing there. But here's some stats. Cowboys, Rico Dowdle, 28 yards, 28 yards. He's tapped out at like 75 yards once, and then once he had another great game, I think more than that. But unfortunately, 30, 40 yards has been the average. Deuce Vaughn came in. Had 4 runs for 13 yards. He hasn't been very effective the last couple years, to be honest. He was drafted late. I believe 2023. Just he doesn't get those explosive runs. He just doesn't get that. Zeke had 8 yards on one run. He did catch a few, but he had 8 yards on one run late, and then we're wondering like what's going on here. What really is going on with Zeke? I don't know. I mean, it's obviously not the same. Were they just reserving him or punishing him or what? I mean, you assume playing is a reward for something, but he was benched a couple weeks ago for apparently not attending meetings. I mean, he's just over it. He's just over at this point. Now his best friend Dak is out for the year, so what does he have to play for? I guess, but I don't know. Maybe they're just not utilizing him because he's not the same. We got him from the Patriots last year. We cut him. He went to another team. He wasn't as good. And we brought him back. I don't get it. So anyway, we had no run game. That's why Cooper Rush had to throw the ball 55 times. 55 times. That's insane. That's insane. You have to throw the ball that many times. I think he completed 32 passes. I mean, he had to throw the ball 55 times because we didn't draft a running back. Cooper wasn't horrible. He threw a pick, but so did CJ Stroud. It was pretty much back to back early on. What's up, Weird Squad? Bad game, really bad. Yes, it was bad. But it wasn't as horrible as the score indicates, which is what I'm saying. Texans, Joe Mixon, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. So, and we were sacked 5 times. 2 were back to back. We got 1 sack from Osa. We got a sack from him. Now Micah, we got it from him. So yeah. Same old Cowboys, unfortunately. Well, not the same old Cowboys from the past 3 years. A regressed Cowboys. Yeah. Even Cooper Rush, he started one game in 21, won it against the Vikings. Started 5 games in 22, and or started 6 games and won 5 of them. So it's not like he's horrible, but maybe he's regressed a little bit. I don't know, but he's not. He wasn't the problem if you go back and look at the tape. We got 1 sack and they got 5. That's not good. Some good things. Cooper spread the ball around to pretty much everybody, starters, backups. Like he got the ball out. And of course, he threw 55 times. He got 32 completions. So of course, but everyone was playing this game. Everyone got a piece of the pie. Turpin got a 64-yard field touchdown. I saw that pass. I went back and saw the highlights of all this stuff. It was nice. It was nice. He threw it, little slant, bam. He was and that was like the fastest touchdown ever. Hmm. Ever recorded or something. My day is going fantastic. I just want to go live for a little bit. I already dropped my week 11 um, NFL reaction, trying to get this stuff out quicker because, I have some fans, I have some people that want to watch my stuff. And my last video on the Washington Commanders actually got 80 views, which is fantastic. It's amazing. That's the highest video for a little while. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Turpin has 64-yard touchdown. Yeah, Luke Shoemaker. I think it's Shoemaker, but I like Shoemaker. Sounds You gotta earn it if I gotta tell you your real name, but he had a great game, 56 yards. Brevin Ford, we signed him to a not a huge contract or anything, undrafted free agent, but 6 years in Michigan, didn't play for like one full year, played sparingly 1 year, but yeah, he had 42 yards. Ah, it was good. It was fun. I loved watching him. I actually reached out to him because I was looking at all the undrafted free agents that we acquired. And I tried to email him to see if he wanted to come on the show. So, hey, maybe one day, maybe one day, because he looked like a great prospect. And I think out of the all the undrafted free agents, of course, we got rid of a few. We cut them, but we kept him and we signed him to a fairly big deal for an undrafted rookie. Yeah. We gave him a nice bonus or something, so that's good. Ryan Flournoy. Flournoy. I could call him Flournoy, but his name is Flournoy. He had some stuff. He's getting some stats now, and that's great. Like Cooper, he works with the backups too, right? He's giving the ball to freaking everybody, like literally everybody. Everybody's catching it. It's great. It's good. It's good for the backups getting the stats. I think Dick Ferguson did go out though with the concussion, which is why Luke Schoonmaker. I think that's his right name. I'll say it. Came in. So number two, now you're number one. Brevin Ford is now number two tight end. Pretty much. It's kind of how it works. So that's good. They got some stats. Maybe Ryan Flournoy got some stats later on because they were beat and they just wanted to put in the backups. I don't know, but no, I think everyone like I know Brevin Ford. He got some good ones early on, so he wasn't like a garbage time guy. Zeke even caught 3 passes for 16 yards. That's good. I mean, if we're not utilizing him in the run game at all, like literally at all, then we should throw to him if he can catch. Yeah. Which I guess we should have done that. Should have done that early on in his career. That's one criticism I've received. I didn't receive it. The Cowboys have received. Like, hey, this guy can catch. Don't just bring the ball and let him pound it for 3 yards. Just let him catch a little bit more. So we are doing that more, but too little, too late. I guess this is definitely his last year with the team. Oh. Towards the end, the O line started to fall apart. They crumbled one after the other. Tyler Guyton, who caught that, he got a that tipped ball, but then fumbled it and himself, and then for the touchdown. That's not good. I mean, 34-10, you could do 27-10 in that case. That's not Cooper's fault, but you can't be fumbling like that anyway. Mm. Uh, Tyler Guyton, left tackle. It goes left tackle, left guard, center, right tackle, right guard. Tyler Guyton is the left tackle. His backup is Asim Richards. So I think he was one of the first to go in. Zach Martin left the game. He's the right guard, but next to him is Tyler Smith, the left guard. His backup is Brock Hoffman, who had to come into the game. Center is Cooper Beebe, number 56. He was good. Uh, Right tackle, number 78, Terrence Steele. He's good. No complaints. And then right guard, Zach Martin, who his backup is TJ Bass. He left the game, so TJ Bass had to go into the game. And that makes for disastrous results when we have to replace more than half of our offensive line. I know it was late, but still, that's pretty much the reason we had back to back sacks. Like, we had to replace so many people on the O line. It was terrible. I remember that game. I think it was Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass who came in against the Cardinals last year. And we lost that game. And, all our starters were there except for Zach Martin. And I think it was Tyron Smith who left. So, yeah, I mean, not great. Not great. Not to mention the stadium was falling apart as if an omen for the game and the rest of the season before The game started. I think they opened the roof. They did try to open the roof. A piece of metal fell apart, fell down, and almost hit some production crew before the game started. They closed the roof. It was the first time in 2 years that they had opened the roof for a game, and it's just a disaster. Um, and do we even want to win anymore? Because look at some of these possible draft picks. Travis Hunter is there. He's in the top 10. Wide receiver slash cornerback. It definitely adds depth at wide receiver. He could be a legit number two. Brandon Cooks is not working out and is injured. So you could definitely see them drafting that. But um, Michael Parsons, I believe, went on record saying he wanted Abdul Carter, defensive end at Penn State, ranked as the number one defensive end in the draft. So and people say he could be the number one prospect. Could have Michael Parsons. So you could have a dangerous defensive line, D line, and Demarcus Lawrence is getting older, 32. So you could see that. We also need a running back desperately. Running back Ashton Jeanty from Boise State is ranked the best running back prospect right now. So he would be he would be a welcome addition. He would be a breath of fresh air. Um, he would replace both Zeke and Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle, he had he's had his chances. Uh, Zeke, Tony Pollard's backup. Zeke leaves. Tony Pollard's the number one. The Rico Dowdle's the backup. Now Tony Pollard leaves for Tennessee, closer to his home. Now Rico Dowdle is there. Zeke is coming back from the Patriots. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. Deuce Vaughn is not a primary running back. So you definitely have to redo the whole thing. We tried to bring in another running back. We didn't even keep him. Royce Freeman, we didn't even keep him. He's on another team now. Like he could have been good early on. We didn't have anything to report in the offseason. I was like, Royce Freeman, you better ball out for us. Well, he's not with the team anymore, so he can't even ball out. And Dalvin Cook's not working out, so what am I supposed to do? And Zach Martin's looking worse. He's looking older. Zach Martin, so we might need to replace him. Calvin Banks Jr. is an offensive tackle from Texas. I've been watching Texas football a little bit. Go Longhorns. Uh yeah, I mean it's my home college team, SMU's good. But Texas, that's who everyone's talking about. And Kelvin Banks Jr. is definitely going to be in the top 10. If someone needs an offensive tackle or an offensive lineman, they're going to get Kelvin Banks Jr. Um, could you replace Zach Martin? I don't know. Zach Martin's a guard. He's a tackle. I don't know if they're interchangeable, maybe. But, it's just one of those things. Now we have to go through and look at the draft. And it's like, do we even want to win? Because Cooper Rush is looking at it like, I want to win. I want to win because I want to prove that I'm still a good backup and I'm not even under contract. So after this year, so I want to win to remain the backup. Trey Lance is like, I want to do well. I want some playing time. So I can actually prove that I can still be a backup and even still belong in the league at all. We didn't pick up Trey Lance's fifth year option. Who's going to play him? Who's going to play him? Is he going to be a backup, third string? He's a backup, but just because he was promoted because of Dak's injury, so he wasn't even the backup. He was the third string. So Mike McCarthy wants to win, but he probably figures he's fired. I mean, he's doing all this stuff, this uh, aggressive stuff. Let's go for it on fourth down. Now, when your season's on the line, when your season's pretty much over, why are you doing that? He could have been 13 and 17, but he got the penalty, tried to go for it on fourth down. So you got the penalty, so you're like, let's keep going. And then you went for it on fourth down when you could have just got a kick there too. So it could have been 17-13 twice. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get more points. You don't want to punt it away. You want to try to be cute and do all this stuff. Like, why are you doing this stuff now? But the Bills get away with it being aggressive because they're good at it and they do it all the time. You saw that You saw every Bills versus Chiefs game. I saw that epic game a few years ago. They went for it on fourth down. They're like, Bills, yeah, we're going for it on fourth down. When they got the first down conversion, they keep going. They kept going. So we don't get away with that sort of stuff. We're not used to that. We don't do that. You have a backup quarterback in. You still have some good players, but damn, like, don't. Why are you trying to be cute? Are you trying to lose? Are you trying to lose? I don't know where Mike McCarthy could go after this season. Let's look it up before I hang up. Before I hang this whole thing up. Like, where could Mike McCarthy go? Where could Mike McCarthy go? Mike McCarthy go after this season? Because he's gonna be fired. Ugh. Will they fire it? Fifth consecutive loss. It's frustrating for everybody. Oh yeah, Mike. It's frustrating when you make those decisions too. Returning here. Here's a nice little article. Rumors 2025. Where could he go? I mean, yeah, could he go back with the could he go with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. I don't know if they're cool like that. Let's see. Let's see where it could go. I don't know. Atlanta, Bears. I don't know. It doesn't say anything. But yeah, anyway, either way, it's like is he playing for his job or does he know he's gonna get fired and it doesn't even matter anyway? I don't know. So yeah, just a few of our thoughts. I mean, if you really want to revamp everything, Ben Johnson, our head coach, um, Jerry Jones steps down. So Stephen Jones is owner, Troy Aikman president, GM, Will McClay, who's done a good job there, assistant. Uh, bring back Kellen Moore as offense coordinator, DC. I don't know. Robert Sala, he's available. Shoot, guys, I don't know. Can we bring in the best talent and have Jerry step aside and just let someone else run it? Troy Aikman would be a cool president. Obviously, a Super Bowl winning coach, player, quarterback. Looks good as the quarterback. I don't imagine that he got into as much trouble in the '90s as some of those other players. You can read about that, but you know you gotta contort yourself well. I don't know the word. You have to act the part if you're gonna be a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in the '90s. So yeah, make Troy Aikman the president, Ben Johnson's head coach. John Moore can be OC again. Whatever. Just who did I say as defensive coordinator? Robert Sala. Yeah, I hear he's good at that. You're not a good head coach. Be defensive coordinator. Jerry Jones steps aside. GM's Will McClay. Steven, you can be the owner. Like you can still be the owner, whatever. Well, Jerry Jones would still be the owner, I guess, but yeah, just make all those changes happen. Hey, Tony Romo could be the president. That'd be fun. What's the president do of an organization? I mean, I don't know. Make appearances, go charities. I don't know. I have no idea. I know what the general manager does. I don't know what the president does. He's probably a good face for the organization. Probably retire and be president. Tony Romo, you got some money tied up. I mean, they both do, but you can retire and be president too. You're still young. You look good. Pretty good quarterback for us. I mean, that'd be pretty fun, right? That'd be pretty good. Like, we're start over. If we really start over, though, Colin Coward said we should draft Shadir Sanders. Uh, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, I thought Dak was. This is a prove year for Dak. Obviously, got hurt, so that would make a contract extension a little more difficult. But given his performance earlier, but it's not all his fault either because we have so many defensive players leave for Washington. I don't know. This is such a mess. This is such a mess. This is such a mess, guys. This is such a mess. Like, oh, we're talking so much about Dak's contract. Like, look around. Look around. Like, we have fire sale for our defensive players. Dorrance Armstrong, others. I mean, Washington's, they're legit good for the first time in years. They could break their 11, streak winning thing. They haven't won 11 games since 1991. They could break that or they could get close. They've won 7 games, and they're going to come up against us next week. So we might get our ass whooped. I mean, come on, what are we talking about? Jaden Daniels is good. He is their only Heisman winning coach. that Washington has ever gotten. Argentina won a championship, but it wasn't a Heisman. I look back at that. Um, and they've been missing on their first round. Heath Fuller and some other guy. I can't even remember his name, but just from that Washington video, they miss. They've missed on some of these players, and Jaden Daniels was a hit. They hit on him. So frustrating. So frustrating. But yeah, that's my revamp. I'll do another video. I'll do another video. What do the Cowboys do now from in the future? I mean, let's do it. Uh, I'll name all those players and possible replacements. Al Harris is a good guy. Maybe he could be a defensive coordinator. Robert Saleh doesn't want to do it. He'll be my backup, but or he'll be my primary because he is a Dallas Cowboy. He's a Dallas Cowboy. What does he do now? Al Harris. You know, when I type in Al Harris, his Green Bay Packers photo comes up. But 49, been coach for 12 years. Been coached with us for 4 years. He's the defensive backs coach and assistant head coach. He's an assistant head coach. Yeah, yeah, he could be the DC. So we have a lot. We have options, but we have to exercise our right to use those options. We have to option. We have to use the option. Something we can't do on the field because we don't have a running back. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video on that. That might be fun because that's just I could do a video on draft selections that we need. I mean, why not? It's going into week 12, right? We might as well. If our season's gonna be like this and they're tanking, but not really, but blah blah blah. I don't know. And I could do a video about the future of the Cowboys, what fans would probably want to see. They probably want to see Sugar Sanders and then like Ashton G&T. Yeah. They want us to draft three people in the first round. That's what they want. That's what they want us to do. And then fire all our coaches and then just start over. But we're not the Texans. We can't do two in a row. That was crazy. CJ Stroud and Will Anderson, new coach. I mean, let's I'll take that. Come on. See how well the Texans are doing. And even they're kind of sliding right now, but I mean they have some injuries and they're not perfect. So yeah, whatever. Ugh. I'll take the Bengals coach, man. They went to a Super Bowl. They went to a Super Bowl. They're not doing well right now. They need a new defense, but they know that, so they have to. Their O line's still struggling. That's been the story for the last 4 seasons. Go O line and defense, and everything else is good. Get someone to replace. Damn, you got to pay T Higgins at some point. You know, whatever. But damn, I don't know what to do. I'll do some videos. Those are some videos I'll do. Drafts. Unfortunately, week 12. Yeah. And then feature the Cowboys. So that's what I'll do. I'll do that. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the likes. This is really cool. You like my video. Let's go. I like it. I go live for the post game analysis. Week reactions. I'll just do those on like a podcast episode. Whatever. It's all figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. It's all fun. We're Cowboys fans. By the way, I'm not going to stop being a Cowboys fan because we're bad, okay? I came in the 2010 season. Romo got hurt. We fired our coach. We got Des Bryant. Ah, ah, I watched. Who did I watch? Who did I watch? Uh, I watched John Kidna. Watched John Kidna. I watched Stephen McGee the last game. Stephen McGee beat the Eagles. Good for you, Stephen. I would love for you to be interviewed. I'd love to interview you on the podcast, but I love to interview anyone. Tony Romo, John Kitna, Steve McGee, though. He beat the Eagles, so I'd love to have him. That's all I have to say. If you want to check out the video, it's about to go up because it's live, so it gets uploaded automatically. But yeah, that's my rant. That's all I have to say for right now. I'm going to take down the score. Let's start over next week. Let's start over. We got a division game against Washington. I've been looking forward to it, but unfortunately, without Dak, it's going to be pretty rough. But whatever. Hey, we got to fight. We got to play. Got to play to win. So, hey, thanks for sticking with me. And of course, the Cowboys.